For this video, we're going to work off the whiteboard and we're going to look at a forecasting method called seasonal index. So the idea behind using seasonal index is typically when I have, as you would guess, seasonality or some highly variable demand because of seasonality. So if I looked on a chart here, it might be a case of starting from January to December. We would demand would start out low, and then as the summer months came around, it would go up, then it would go down, and then it, of course, over time, it would go up again and down. And so, looking at the formula for a seasonal index, if we looked at it a little bit generically, we would look at it like this. It's the month of interest, or the period of interest, I should say, although we typically talk about months. It's the period of interest, okay, divided by the overall average. So I'm going to change this up a little bit so we look at just 1 year. And let's say, let's kind of plug in some numbers here. Let's say this is a summer type item like iced tea. Okay, sales is less in the winter and spring, picks up over the summer, maybe tails off towards the fall and December. If we use some of the other forecasting methods like moving average, which uses the months behind, the change month to month is so dramatic that it would throw off the math here. So we're looking at the period of interest. Let's say it's July, and in July we sell 30,000 gallons of iced tea. Okay, we're going to compare that to the overall average for the 12 months. So we would add up every month all the way through January through December, and let's say it came up to 240,000 gallons total. So if you looked at the overall average over 12 months, of course, you get 20,000 gallons per average. So the seasonal index would be the 30,000 divided by the 20,000, or 1.5. So let's kind of plug in that 20,000 average per month. So if we looked at July, what we're saying is July is 1.5 times the overall average. So what do we do with that? Well, if 2023 comes up and we figure out that because of the type of tea we have, everybody likes it, our demand is going to go up to 600,000 gallons per year, then we can forecast what July is going to be, because July would be 1.5 times the average. So we would take the 600,000 divided by 12 and get 50,000 would be our average. So I'll come down here and put the math in. So if you think back to when you learned math, something divided by 50,000 is 1.5. We can see it even in our head without doing the cross multiplication. The forecast for July would be 75,000 gallons of tea. So it looks at the period of interest divided by the overall average.